Hey, what's up guys? Ansel here today, coming to you with another video, and today I'll be doing a full review on the Asus Zenfone Selfie. I've had it for a while now, so I think it's about time that I do a full review on this phone. So I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so you can get this phone for around $200 to $300, and you can get it on Amazon and various other sites now. It was released in August of 2015, so be mindful of the specs on this phone as they are later back in the years. So I am going to start off with the outer specs first and then go into the inner specifications. After that, I will do some sample pictures of the phone just to show you how great the photo quality was and what this phone is really made of. So this phone has a 13 megapixel rear facing camera with dual tone LED flash and laser autofocus. On the front, you're going to get another 13 megapixel camera or selfie camera, and you're also going to get another LED dual tone flash, but you're not going to get the laser autofocus. That is only for the rear of the camera. It has dual microphones, one on the top and one on the bottom, and it also has a 5.5-inch screen display, Super AMOLED 1080p, and it has 403 pixels per inch. It is an IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen and can produce up to 16 million colors. You can also put up to 5 fingers on the screen as well, and it also weighs 170 grams or 6 ounces. And last but not least, it has Gorilla Glass 4, as well as the back part is made of a 3D printing machine. Alright, now that we went over the outer part of this phone, we're going to go ahead and go into the inner specs. So first things first, I want to go ahead and say that this phone has two different types of models or storage models. The first one is 16, what I've got, and it has 3 gigs of RAM, and the other one is a 32 gigabyte with 4 gigs of RAM, and they both have an expansion up to 256 gigabytes on a micro SD card. This phone has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 chipset and is running on Android 5.0 out of the box, and is upgradable to version 6.0 Marshmallow, and will probably soon you'll be seeing 7.0 Nougat on this phone. And it also has an octa-core processor. For the GPU, it has an Adreno 405. It has a removable lithium-ion 3000 milliamp battery. It has Bluetooth version 4.0. It has a fast charge version 2.0. It does not have NFC, which stands for near field communication. It is a micro USB. It has a gyro sensor, proximity, and an accelerometer. And they also come in the colors of white, pink, aqua blue, or purple. Okay, now that we've gotten all the specs out the way. Oh, and I did forget one thing. It does have a headphone jack. Alright, well, I want to go ahead and talk about this phone actually and some of the pros and cons of the actual smartphone. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the cons. So, first off, I'll probably go ahead and say that in sunlight, the screen does not get bright enough at all. I definitely had a hard time trying to see my phone in direct sunlight. It does have anti-glare on there, but that still did not help. Another thing would be that this phone is very slippery. It maybe not as slippery as like the iPhone matte black version, or maybe the other Android phone that was made out of like obsidian and like another type of glass, but it is slippery. I do find myself letting it fall out my hand, but I would say you definitely need a case on. I just don't like cases. I prefer feeling the phone in its actuality, but I would probably say it's nothing to be like worried about. Just put on a case for the phone. Another thing would probably be is that the fact that I can't download some of the apps that I paid for in my Google Play, and I can't download it, so I can't even play. I don't even know what the game is actually like because it won't allow me to download it. It says I can download it, but once I press install, it makes it reset the phone. I don't know if that's a problem with my phone or is it just with this actual phone. And I noticed that on other Asus phones, it doesn't do that. So it might just be my phone. But another thing is that Snapchat tends to not work well. It does error out a lot. I mean, it does that on most Android phones anyway, but I do tend to see this more on this phone than I have on my older Motorola. But if you do want to follow me or add me on Snapchat, it will be in the link in the description below. So please add me on there. I think the last two problems or cons that I had with this phone is that first was the power button is on the top. That is very aggravating when you have to press this huge phone and the power button is all the way at the top. Now on the newer versions of the Zenfone 3 series, they actually stopped doing that. It's actually on the side now, which is great. I hope to do a review on the Zenfone 3 series, at least on some of those phones later on. So let me know if you want to do that in the comment section below. But one thing I did notice with this phone was that the power button was on the top and it is aggravating, but they do have a double tap version where it can turn on the phone by just pressing the glass, which is very helpful. And I mean, it doesn't solve the problem, but it does help it better. And lastly is going to be the bezels. And I know now a lot of phones for 2017 have just, it's amazing what the LG G6 has done as showing the bezels. It's just crazy. But anyways, the bezel on this phone is huge. It's ridiculous. And it's kind of like a waste of space. It seems like they could have added dual speakers if they really wanted to and made the camera just a little bit smaller, but that's just my opinion. That's what I think. But other than that, I think that's all the cons that I had for this phone for right now. If I remember any later, I will say it in the video. But we're gonna go ahead and go on to the pros. There are so many great things about this phone that I really don't even know where to start, but I guess I'll start with the camera. The camera quality is amazing. 13 megapixels. I know a lot of cameras now are just at 12 megapixels and use a different like pixel density to make the picture look better. But honestly, these pictures on this camera are just crazy. They look natural. They look very vibrant. I've gotten some great pictures that were edited and other ones that were just straight raw files for the picture, and it's just beyond to compare with. I think it's right there with iPhone to me, and iPhone 7 uses dual lenses, and I probably say it's definitely comparable to the iPhone 6s or maybe say the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Now, both those phones take great pictures, but I've got to say, once I show you these pictures that are coming up, you're going to be just mind blown. I'm just going to have some music in the background with it. So I hope you guys enjoy the sample of these pictures. Alrighty, so after seeing those pictures, tell me what you guys thought of those pictures that I took of. Those are all mine. I filtered some of those, but like I said, about 80% of them were raw files that I did just take. And like I said, with this camera, when you can get great lighting and just having like that perfect area to take it in, you can get an amazing photo, almost like a DSLR. It's a great camera. The video recording is great. Basically, what you see me make my unboxing videos on, this is what I use. I use this camera for right now until I can get an actual camcorder. But like I said, this camera is overall just great. I did remember just one con though, was that the app drawer still has widgets, and the fact that it has an app drawer kind of is definitely old. Not many have the app drawer still, but I must say though is that this phone is just great. I really like it. The back of it looks nice. It looks like a premium smartphone, even though it's made like a normal $200 to $300 phone. It looks like a higher price phone, which is actually good. And like I said, for it to be $200 $300, you get great specs, great things out of it. Overall, it's just a great phone, and I definitely would recommend it. So if you did like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Comment and tell me why in the comment section below. If you did like the video, make sure you comment in the comment section below as well. Follow me on Snapchat at swaglife365, and also follow me on Twitter at theangelogiles1. This will all be in the link in the description below. I'll have the link to buy this product in the link description below as well. And once again, thanks you guys for watching, and until next time, peace out.